Good evening and welcome to today in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today we're carrying on from where we left off yesterday in Siman Kuf Samach Hey, which is the halachas of Chinuch, and we're carrying on from Sif Ches. So, Medina Mutlatina Lisra Linak Me'akum. According to halacha, it's permitted for a Jewish baby to nurse from an idolatress. Nevertheless, if it's possible to have a child nursed by a Jewish woman, one should not have a nurse from the idolatress, because this can result in obstruction of the heart and getting a bad disposition, meaning it'll have a long-term negative effect on the spiritual well-being of the child. Similarly, in the case of a Jewish wet nurse who must eat forbidden foods for medicinal purposes, on those days where she eats the non-kosher food, she shouldn't nurse a baby during those days. So, Seif Tes. Kol of Mechuyev L'Lamed Es B'noi Torah. Every father is obligated to teach his son Torah, Shneimar, for it is stated in the pasuk in Devarim, you shall teach them to your sons to discuss them. And just as one is commanded to teach his son Torah, this commandment would also apply to his grandson, as it's Shneimar, as it says in the pasuk. It states that it says in the pasuk, you should make them into your sons and your sons' sons. Seif Yud. As soon as a child begins to talk, his father should teach him the pasuk, which said in front of Devarim, Torah Tzivolon Moshe, Yaakov, the Torah that Moshe commanded us, etc., which is the heritage of the congregation of Yaakov. Pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Rak Yizohem Ma'od Shehei Tinuk Naki B'Shar Shu Loimid Oisoi. However, the father should be very careful that his child is clean when he teaches him. These, as we learned, I think in Seif Hey Halacha Gimel. And slowly he should teach him little by little various psukim until he reaches the age of physical strength when he's able to go to school. Then the father should hire for him a teacher. The father should be particular to choose a teacher who is God-fearing, in order to accustom the child from his youth in Yiras Shamayim, fear of heaven. And when the child reaches the appropriate age to learn Torah, in this case, we're talking about particularly Chumash. The custom is to begin learning with the Parashat Vayikra, which is the Torah portion dealing with the Korbanos. The Amur Rabbi Zal, and the Chacham explained this minhag as such. Yavoya Tahirim, that is the Tinoikus shall be Rabban, which is the children. We ask him to home and let the pure ones come and engage with pure things, as in the korbanos, which had to be done in a complete state of purity. So, Seif Yud Aleph. The teacher must sit and teach the children all day and a little bit of the night. In order to train them to learn by day and by night. The children may not be interrupted from their Torah studies at all. Except on Erev Shabbos and Erev Yom Tov at the end of the day. And he goes so far as to say we don't interrupt the children from their studies, even for the building of the Beis HaMikdash. May it come in soon. Seif Yud Beis. Regarding a teacher who teaches children, who leaves children in the middle of the studies and goes, who engages in other work with them, who is rather lax in his teaching. Such a teacher is included in the curse of the pasuk in Yirmiyah. Curse is the one who does the work of Hashem deceitfully. Therefore, one should appoint as a Torah teacher only someone who is God-fearing. Mahu Likoi, who is diligent to teach a considerable amount and to pay close attention to what he's teaching and to what they're understanding. A teacher may not be up at night too late, so he's not be sluggish during the day, so can't be overtired. You have to be on the ball. Similarly, a teacher may not fast voluntary fasts, or restrain from eating and drinking necessary amounts of food, or eating too much. So all these things can cause him to be unable to teach properly. And any teacher who deviates from these rules that we've just set out, in any disciplinary action taken against him, his yad, his hand, he is already on the back foot, and that can cause him to be dismissed without many issues. As in, if you don't follow the rules and you're not teaching well because of this, then you're not really put yourself up properly. In case, let's say you're not teaching properly, they want to dismiss you. You're already on the back foot. You can't really argue it. See if you'd gimel. A teacher must not hit his pupils more harder than necessary. The hit of a oyev, an enemy, as a musar, as a reproach. Neither with whips nor with a rod. Rather, if it is necessary to hit, you start them softly with a small strap. So I don't know if that necessarily would apply nowadays. A child should not be taught new material which are not already learned on Shabbos, because it's extra exertion on Shabbos. But rather, they should be doing what they read in the previous week. That they may review on Shabbos. Siman hey, Sif Tezvov. If a child found a lost object, and another person gave him something as a gift, it's also to steal from the child. A child will not be handed over to a non-Jew for the latter to teach him, for this non-Jew to teach him knowledge or teach him a trade. When culture came to Israel, and all the more so it's prohibited to give him over to a Jewish apicurus heretic, because he is worse than the non-Jew, and it's greater reason to be concerned that perhaps this child will follow in this person's ways. And that concludes tonight's Kitzur Shulchan.